All right, more on learning about Stat 1150 for the summer of 2023. What I want to do in this video is I want to go over and review the class policies and the language in the syllabus so you completely thoroughly understand the expectations of the class. So if you click this, it will download and you will get this document. My name is Doug Darbro. I have been at Shawnee State now for 28 and a half years. I have taught statistics over 100 times. I've taught this class over 100 times. My office is 113 ADM. I will not be on campus this summer. I will be working remotely from the comfort of my home. Office hours, we don't have to conduct office hours in the summer, but you're going to have more than ample opportunities to get help from our graduate assistants and me if you need it. Telephone, please don't abuse that. If you have a question, I prefer that you contact me via email, and from there we'll go one of probably two or three ways. I'll try to address your concerns, or help you with the problem, whatever it may be, and via email. If we can't, then either I or one of my grad assistants will meet with you through Blackboard Collaborate to give one-on-one tutoring. So you're going to have tons of information, tons of opportunities to get help. My grad assistants are going to tutor this class 3 hours per week each. So that's a total of 6 hours that you can drop in for tutoring, or you can reach out for one-on-one tutoring if needed. Course description, I'm not going to get into all that. You can read textbook and course materials. If you have questions about my stat lab, you should watch the previous video. That's where I go through all the inclusive access program definition and demonstrate how to set up an account using my course ID and the access code. Now, is there a textbook? Yes, there's a textbook, but there's not a physical textbook. The textbook is included online through my stat lab. And again, having taught this class over 100 times, I can tell you that most students at this level can't read some of these statistics books. They're very complicated. My daughter is, she's a freshman at the University of Chicago, and she's in Calculus 2 right now, which is kicking her tail. In fact, as soon as I get off of this, she and I are meeting for a tutor session. It's a great thing about having a dad who is a professor. Yeah, I mean, she was talking the other day. She said, I read the book and I just can't get anything out of it, but I understand it's hard. So I will teach you the material. If you'll watch the instructional videos, which I'll show you about how to access those in just a second, you'll get all of the information you need to do well in this class. There's no other recommended text, computer hardware and software. To me, this is just kind of good old common sense. If you're taking an online class, A, you need an internet connection that's stable. B, you need a computer that works. And you need access to certain documents and resources, such as Microsoft Excel and Word. You'll also need access to StatCrunch. This is provided free under my stat lab. You need access to Blackboard, which you should already have if you're enrolled in the class. A lot of information about that if you need it. And if you need technical assistance, the best thing to do is not reach out to course info. This actually needs to be changed. This should actually, I would highly recommend reaching out to ITS service at Shawnee.edu. So if you need technical assistance with Blackboard, reach out to these people and not those people. Course objectives, it's just a requirement. I have to tell you, give a kind of a formal presentation of what you're going to learn. You're going to learn a lot of stuff. My other daughter, who's also a freshman, but she's at the University of Kentucky, she's taking statistics right now. And I was talking to her last night, and what they are doing and what we do, just almost carbon copy. Now, probably the most important thing that I present to you in the syllabus is part 3, which is the topic outline and schedule. So each week, each lesson is 1 week. There are 7 lessons, there are 7 weeks. So lesson 1, week 1, we're going to learn descriptive statistics, 1 variable. You need to watch all of the instructional videos. It's going to take about 3 hours. You need to read the following in the textbook. Optional, because you don't need to do that. So use that 2 hours for something cool, like working on your assignments. Submit your DF post number 1. It's due by Wednesday, 11:55. You don't get any points for it, but it's a requirement of the class. Work demo in video number 2, demo in video 3, demo in video 4, demo in video 7. Those are due Friday, May 12th by midnight. Anything that's submitted late is assessed a 50% penalty. Your first assignment, which is going to take you about 2 hours, is due Sunday, May 14th at 11:55 p.m. All right, you're done. Lesson number 2 starts week number 2. Can you work ahead? Absolutely. All the videos for the class are already posted, as are the assignments. So this week, you don't have as many instructional videos. Read the textbook. Don't do it. It's just going to confuse you. Demo number 3. For video 3, it's going to take about 13 minutes. And your assignment number 2 is due there. All right, so each week it's laid out like that. So when you're kind of planning for the week, open up the syllabus, come to the corresponding lesson for the corresponding week, and you're going to have a very, very detailed list of what the expectations are for that week. Now, you see there's an extra credit here. So before Tuesday, May 30th, you need to go to our Blackboard site and go to DF Post. Let me demonstrate that. Come over to discussion. You can see I put up my introduction. Click discussion forum number 1. Create a thread and tell me the answer to the problem. Now the answer to this problem is kind of cool. You don't really have to do any statistics. All you have to do is sign up for the midterm exam by either signing up with Respondus Monitor software or arrange testing through a local testing center. You are responsible for testing fees. The extra credit here is May 28th. Actually, anytime there's a discrepancy in the due dates, which there can be because when I create this course, I work with a lot of different types of people, so sometimes they don't get on the same page. If there is a discrepancy, I always go with the later one. So just read this. It's very much detailed, tell you exactly what you need to do to get your 25 extra points, which are added into your overall assignment scores, the total of your overall assignment scores. All right. Lesson 4, same thing, instructional videos, demo video number 2, assignment, midterm study guide, these are due. And starting out lesson 5, you'll have your midterm exam. Your midterm exam is on Monday, June the 5th, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. So what you'll do is you'll log into your exam. You'll sign up through Respondus Monitor. There's no connecting with the proctor, but you must, let me stress that, have a computer where you can download the software for Respondus Monitor, and you must have a webcam and a microphone. Again, that is all explained right here. Chromebooks, mobile devices, tablets are not allowed. So you must have lost my spot here. You must have a computer with uh, a speaker or microphone and a camera. Sorry, I'm distracted by something going on outside. I don't know whether. Seems like every time I get on to take an instructional video, the UPS person comes by with a package, and I'm distracted by that. All right. So again, every week is laid out the same. Your final exam, which again will be taken through Respondus Monitor, and you also get the 25-point extra credit opportunity through discussion. So sometime between 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. you will log on. I think you have 2 hours to take the exam. And if you don't have say you got a Google Chromebook, well, you have to make accommodations. You either need to borrow a computer from someone, or I don't know. That's up to you. Emailing me on the day of the exam and saying, Dr. Darber, I have a handheld device or a mobile device or a Chromebook or whatever. What am I going to do? I'm just going to tell you, I have no idea what you're going to do. You have to arrange a computer to be able to take your exams. Again, Chromebooks, handheld devices, mobile devices. Again, it's all listed right here. They are not permitted for Respondus Monitor. Come on down, grading policy. You can see that the way each of these contribute to your final grade, there's a total of 1,600 points. Come on down here to letter grades. So 92% to 100 is an A, 90 to 91 is an A minus, and so on and so forth. All right, Respondus Monitor, extra credit number 1 for the explanation. I just touched on it because you can slow down and read that. Late work policy, any assignment, DF post, whatever, that's not submitted by the due date will be assessed a 50% penalty applied only to the questions that are submitted late. So let's say you're working on a question that has 10 questions, you get 9 of them submitted by the due date, but there's one you don't get submitted. Whatever you get on that one remaining question, you'll get 50% credit on it. It doesn't apply to the other 9 which were submitted on time. Viewing grades in Blackboard, don't. There are no grades in Blackboard. Your overall grade is approximated by the score you see in my stat lab. So the only thing that we have in Blackboard are the 2 extra credit opportunities. Those clearly don't make all of your scores. Participation, you're expected to watch all instructional videos. The way I would recommend, the way that I've seen students in the past who have been most successful, is they treat the instructional videos like they would if they were going to class. They lay out time during the week and watch the videos. They keep notes. And then they rewrite their notes. And then when they get to the point where they're working on the assignments, they have their notes right in front of them where they can refer to their notes to work on the problems. I'm not a big fan of teaching, for example, French and then testing you on, whatever, German. But you will, if you'll watch the instructional videos, you will see a clear connection between what I teach you and what I ask you to do. Communicate with me if you're having issues. Completing assignments, you're expected to have these things submitted by the deadline. Let's say, for example, that you have the first assignment due and there's some mix-up with your email account signing into my stat lab. Well, you're going to lose the 50% penalty. That's something that you should have worked out. I know it sounds harsh, but under no circumstances are the 50% penalties waived for any reason unless it's an official university excuse. Understand when you can drop the course, incomplete policy. Those are things that you can go to the registrar's office and call them, or either go to their site for more information. University disability statement. If you're entitled to any accommodations through ADA, then I think the coordinator of accessibility services is required to send me an email I will do everything in my power to make sure that those accommodations are met and given to you. And if at any time you think that they're not being provided to you, then please reach out to me so I can make some adjustments. I take this very, very, very seriously. So again, reach out to me if that applies to you. Academic honesty policy, don't cheat. All right, if I catch you cheating, I'm going to turn you into the Dean of Students, and I'm going to take, according to the Student Conduct Code, I'm going to apply charges against you. So do your own work. There are external agencies out there that you can hire. Don't do that. If we catch you, we're going to come at you pretty hard and most likely dismiss you from the university. It just happened with a student of mine last week. So back to Stat 1150, what does a typical week look like? Well, you'll come to lesson number 1 for week number 1. I'll give you a formal presentation of the objectives. I'm going to tell you what you're going to learn that week. Go to lesson resources. You can see that there are 11 instructional videos. Click those, and it'll open up into YouTube. Darn it. And by the way, I don't get paid for any of this, so it's just annoying. Sorry. So watch this as if you were sitting in class. Take notes and use them on your assignments. Next thing you'll see are supplemental resources. These are some optional instructional videos that may be helpful. I don't think they will be helpful at all. I think if you watch the instructional videos that I created, because again, this class is taught by me, and it's taught about around the assignments and demo videos. So I think it's most important to watch my videos and not these, but I was required to put some stuff there, so I did. Lesson assignments, this will tell you what is due this week. And you might say, well, that looks pretty familiar. Yeah, it's exactly familiar. It's exactly what is in lesson number 1 back in the timeline on your syllabus. So consistency. So sometimes it may be easier just to grab all the information here. So, you got a busy week. Post your introduction. Love getting to know more about my students. Work on demo for video number 2, demo for video number 3, and I'll explain that in the next video. All right, gang, that's all I got.